Hello. Now, today's video, I am going to be running through some Facebook security checks that you need to run through to protect your Facebook data. Okay. And at the end of the live stream, I'm going to be telling you exactly what you should not do. And I see so many business owners doing this on Facebook, and yet they are leaving themselves open to being hacked because this action will give people access to their data. So do stay to the end of the live stream where I will be running through the most important thing you should never do on Facebook. Okay. So I'm Bex from Social Media Executive, and I train businesses how to effectively use social media. And today I'm going to be showing you how to protect your Facebook personal profile from getting hacked, from people who might want to steal your data and potentially get into a whole plethora of accounts that you might have online. Okay, so I want you to run through these steps. And as always, if you've got any questions, just put them in the comments below and I'll happily answer those. And if you like and subscribe to my channel, every Monday I provide new videos with tips and advice on how to improve your social media. So please do subscribe to my channel. So remember, any questions, just let me know. I'm just going to share my screen now because I've got a few things I want to show you. I'm going to be running through how to protect our Facebook profiles. Bear with me a second while I share my screen. Just going to move me out of the way. Okay. Right. So hopefully I'm just double checking what we're seeing here. We're seeing the right screen. Hopefully you will be able to see my screen now. No, you can't, can you? Just let me remove that and select the right one. Just bear with me. Let me stop that. The joys of live video, hey? As usual. Again, if you're watching live, please do say hello. Ask me any questions. I'm just going to share the right screen this time. There we go. That's better. That's better. You can see that now. Right, so I'm Bex from Social Media Executive. Now, there's if you scan that QR code, you go straight to my LinkedIn profile. That's pretty protected too. Okay, so I'm going to jump on and talk about our Facebook profiles. So, first of all, this is my Facebook profile. Okay, now this is my personal profile. Something to bear in mind is that what we see here is what's called a banner. This is our banner image. And then this is our profile picture. Something you must always bear in mind with Facebook is that your banner image and your personal profile picture is public. Yeah, we can't change that. It's always going to be public so that people can find you on Facebook. But that's really the only bit of information that's going to be public in the public domain. We can protect everything else within our profile so that nobody can see it. Okay. So one thing to bear in mind, never put personal information on your banner. We all use wonderful editing tools these days and we can put information on there, writing, whatever we want. Bear in mind, anyone can see that. So got to be really careful about that. Okay. Now, what we want to do with our profile, the first thing I want you all to check to stop your data being stolen. And these are really simple checks because people don't realize how easy it is to get into Facebook and steal your data. And I'll be telling you exactly what the main problem is at the end of this video. Okay, so the first thing I want you to do is look, we're going to be going into editing our profile. So here we've got a little button. Now this is on the PC. So if you're on the PC, go onto the computer, go onto your Facebook profile and you can click edit your profile. And this is going to bring up this box here. Okay. So what I want you to do is then go to the bottom of this and click edit your about info here. Okay. So just here, edit your about info. Click this box and it's going to bring this bit up. Okay. Now this is where it gets interesting. So along the side here, we've got an overview. It's just a general overview of bits of information about you. Now, we all fill it in, don't we? We all fill it in when we first do our Facebook profile, create our Facebook profile, fill it in and probably forget about it. Okay. But there's a very, very interesting step that you need to take to protect this information. Okay. And this is, I want you to take note of these icons here. What these icons here mean, this little globe means that anyone in the world can see it. Okay. So if anybody searches for my profile, they can see that I'm the owner at Social Media Executive. That's my business. Anyone can see that. I'm happy for anyone to see that. That's my business. I like to promote my business. Okay. This little icon here, which looks like two heads, means just friends. So only my Facebook friends can see this information. So only my Facebook friends can see where I studied. Okay. Again, the world icon tells people where I live. Yeah, people can find out where I live. That's fine. I live in Warrington. Interesting one though, where you are from. This is where I am from. This is my hometown. Okay. My hometown is different, or it may be different to Warrington. I do not want the world knowing this. There is so much security information out and about that if people know where you are originally from, they can potentially build up a profile of data. Okay. So again, I keep this private. And again, we can select all these how we want. Okay. It shows that I'm married to my husband. Again, that's just for my friends. You know, people don't need to know my marital status. Again, hackers are going to be building up information. You don't want them to know whether you're married, you're single, or in a relationship. Okay. And then finally, my mobile number. And that's got a little padlock on, and that means nobody can see it apart from me. Okay. Now, you can change these. And a lot of people don't know that. You can change these by clicking on these three buttons here. Okay. And it'll bring up a box, which I'll show you in a minute. And you can edit them to whatever you want. So when you're in this box, I would always suggest keep it to an absolute bare minimum to what everybody can see. We don't want people building up a profile of you. There's so much information now online through our different social media platforms that if you have one bit of information public on different pieces of social media, hackers can quite quickly build up a profile of you just from getting little bits of snippets from different areas. So we want to make sure these are just for friends or private. And the most important one on this list is basically this bit here, your contact and basic information. This bit is really important. Not because it's got, if you decide to put your address in there, I choose not to, but if you decide to put your address in there, obviously, you know, you've got to make sure that's private. Your mobile phone number, your email addresses, again, make sure they're all private by editing them, just clicking these little pencils here to edit them. Website and links, that's fine. I'm happy for that to be public. I want to promote that. That's my business website. I'm happy for people to click onto there. There's no personal information. But the most important information you need to be looking at is your birthday. And I see this as a mistake time and time again. Okay. People make their birth date public. Okay. They make their birth date public. Anyone can see. All of a sudden, hackers have got information. They've got your birth date. They've potentially got where you live. They've potentially got your birth date. They've potentially got your mobile number, potentially your email if you've got that public as well. So again, it's so important to make sure you're clicking on these edit buttons to make sure it's not got a world next to it. Okay. So for my birth date, it's broken into two. It's the day of the year and your birth year. Okay. So I'm happy for my friends to know when my birth date is. However, just to be totally secure, I don't want them to know what year I'm in. Not because I'm not bothered about them knowing how old I am, simply because should anyone manage to breach my Facebook profile, maybe pretend to be a friend and friend me, I still don't want them knowing that information. Your birth date should be very, very well protected, along with information such as where you live, okay, and where you're from. So make sure that that is protected. Okay. Now, there's a really interesting way that people can find out what your birthday is without you putting it on your profile. And I'm just going to show you in a second. Okay. So the next bit to do then is when we look, I'm clicked on here. This is my profile. And I'm clicked onto my photos here. Now, very often when you click into your photos and select albums, Facebook can automatically make them public sometimes without you realizing. So you need to go through your albums and make sure they're protected too. Again, you've got the little icon here. So only my friends can access this. Okay, this little icon. And then when you click in that, this is going to be where once you click on this icon anywhere, this is what the menu you get up. You can make anything public, which is that icon, friends. So these are just friends, you know, who you've agreed to be friends with on Facebook. You can actually say, well, I want some friends to see these, but not others. And you can actually go through and select people who you might not want to see. The padlock will be only me. Only I can see this information. So, you know, if you've got pictures on there, information on there, like your birth date, just want it to be you to protect yourselves. Make sure you've got that padlock on it. Specific friends. So maybe you've had, I don't know, you've been away for a weekend, or maybe it's got pictures of people's children and they don't want their children on Facebook. Then you can show those images just to specific friends and no one else can see them. Or you can customize it. Okay, so you can choose what that information is, but you must check. Okay, I always say, as a default, most information should just be your friends. You really shouldn't want much public information on Facebook because you're just opening yourself up to getting hacked. And again, don't forget to watch the video I did last week about protecting and setting up two-factor authentication and trusted contacts just in case you do get hacked, or to prevent yourself getting hacked. So do see that other one. Okay, now I'm also going to show you a little bit about when you are creating your posts, because sometimes your posts go public and you have not realized, and this is what happens. Okay, so this is a post that I did. Okay, now as you can see on this post, I have put it to just friends. Okay, so we've just got friends here, and every single post will have this icon. Now occasionally, if I've done a charitable post or something where I'm raising money, I can actually edit that post by just clicking the 3 lines here. Okay, I'll show you how to do that in a second. 3 dots, sorry. And when you actually click a post to be public, for some reason, Facebook then automates it and makes the rest of your posts after that public as well. It seems to default them all in the future. So please do go back through your profile and just double check that these are set to just friends only, or private if that's what you prefer. But remember, if it's private, if it's got a padlock, no one will be able to see your content at all. Okay, so basically what we want to do is go through your post. If you see this, this is what you need to do. So basically you just click those 3 dots there, and then it comes up here with a box here, and then you just go to edit audience, and that's going to take you through this box again. So you can change that post. If I wanted to make that post, maybe I was raising money for charity and I wanted to make that post public, I could just click on that and then it would be public. If it was public and I hadn't realized, I can click on it and it will be friends only, and that will take that post immediately off your profile. Okay, so just go through your posts and double check those. Okay, and always select friends. That's what I always suggest. Now, there is, just before we finish, there is a way that this can go all wrong occasionally. Okay, and this is when you have sort of very kind friends who might want to wish you a happy birthday, for example. So this is a lovely friend of mine who wished me a very happy birthday last year, which was lovely. But can you see what's wrong with this post? She tagged me in because she was with me, which was really kind and it was lovely. But look, it's gone global. So basically I was tagged in because I allow people to tag me in on my profile. I will show you how to change that if you don't want to be tagged in. But she tagged me in. And unfortunately, her posts are public. Okay. And because her posts are public and she tagged me in, all of a sudden, my birth date was public. Okay. So you cannot change that because I've not written that post. Okay. I can't change that. So this is what you need to do. You basically need to click these three dots here and untag yourself, or ask your friend to remove it. But first of all, click these three dots and you have the option to untag yourself. Okay. Now, if you don't want yourself tagged in, then basically go back to your profile. So go back to the beginning and click those three dots that we were on earlier. And you can actually go through profile and tagging settings. So this is my Facebook profile. My banner's just up here. Okay. So this is the on the right hand side of my profile. I click these three dots and you click profile and tag in. Okay. So you go through those and then this brings up a box. Okay. This brings up a box and it's telling you who can tag you. Okay. Who can see posts that you're tagged in on your profile. So fortunately, because I was tagged in, only my friends could see that because I've made sure that was set up. But by clicking these buttons, you can change that. So if you don't want people to be able to post on your profile, you can change that and click this button. If you don't want, you can check who can see what others post on your profile, you can change that to private if you want. So people can post, but only you can see it. Okay, so go through these. You can also click review in. Review posts you're tagged in before the post appears on your profile, which is a really good way to do it. So you can just click that button to the right and you'll get a notification to say, so-and-so's tagged you in a post. Are you happy? Are you happy to be tagged into that? Okay. Or you can review tags people add to your post before tags appear on Facebook. So there's plenty of options there for you. Okay. So plenty of options for you with regards to tagging. So you can be as private or as public as you want. You've just got to be very careful. And I'm going to have a big warning at the end of this video as to what you absolutely should not do. A common mistake that everyone makes, a lot of people make, should I say, and ends up, unfortunately, in being hacked. So that's a little bit about tagging. So just be cautious about that. So the next bit then is face recognition. Face recognition, if you remember, you used to be able to, if someone took a picture of you, Facebook automatically recognized you if someone had posted it on some of their profiles and you automatically got tagged in. Well, fortunately, Facebook has removed this option now as of 2021. It's gone. So no longer does Facebook automatically recognize you. It's got rid of that tool because of a lot of security concerns for obvious reasons. Okay, so that's gone now. So you won't come across that anymore. Okay, so the biggest warning then that I have is this. This is my warning to you. Do not accept friend requests from people you don't know. And the reason for this is because if you haven't got your settings set up correctly, you are potentially accepting friend requests from hackers, because that's how they get in. Just beware, hackers can pretend to be friends. They have duplicated your people's profiles and pretended to be them to try and get back in, saying, oh, look, be my friend. And you're like, oh, I thought I was already friends with that person. And it turns out you're not. You must not accept friend requests from anyone, basically. And the reason why I'm just going to stop sharing. I've seen this so many times from business owners are thinking Facebook pages are just not working. So what they do is they actually go on and think, well, Facebook pages we're not seeing much content from Facebook pages, so I will create my business page, my personal profile, and just friend everybody. Okay. And then do promotional business posts. Okay. But this is leaving yourself wide open to hackers. One, it's against Facebook's terms and conditions anyway to use your Facebook profile for business. Okay, so you may get shut down anyway eventually, particularly if Facebook starts realizing you have thousands of friends. It flags up a warning. But two, the most important thing is you are so open to getting your data stolen, and you've really got to protect yourself on Facebook. So that's how to protect your Facebook profile. If you enjoyed this video and found it useful, please do give us a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel, where I provide lots of tips and advice on social media every week. And please do watch last week's video. I'll put a little thing up here. Please do watch last week's video, which runs through things like passwords, two-factor authentication, setting up trusted friends on Facebook to really protect your account. Thanks, guys, and we'll see you again next week with another social media tips and advice. See you later. Bye.